Hi everybody, Anna K. Morris here with your day 25 coaching video. You might recognize that I am not at home and I am also not on a walk. Well, I'm kind of on a walk. We just dropped Dean off at school. But you can see I've got this beautiful house behind me. This is one of the houses that Derek and I made through our company, Happy Karma Homes. And like I said yesterday, I have a plan of what I'm gonna share, in the coaching video, and then, I go on a morning walk sometimes or something happens, and then I have a total different hit of inspiration. So I'm gonna save a story about Verona, Italy and Sweden for another time, because I also don't think I'm gonna stop these videos after 30 days. So get excited or stop subscribing, whatever you want. Okay, so here's the deal. I watched The Art of Living with Matthew McConaughey yesterday. I think it was like 4 or 5 hours. I only watched an hour and a half because honestly watching it, I was like, yeah, all of this is obvious. This is the stuff that I coach. And I turned it off because I had a coaching video to make for you guys and kids to take care of. But here's the thing that I was left with. All of the information, all of the stuff that I'm sharing in my coaching videos is worthwhile. It's helpful. I promise you, I would not spend my time doing this if I didn't think I had stuff to share with you guys that would make a difference. And it does not matter if you don't go and do something with it, if you don't start to incorporate what I'm sharing about into your life. And I'm going to give you an example. So this house right here was a house that it wasn't condemned, but it was next door to our friends. Our friends lived next door, and this house, I'll post a picture in my Instagram and Facebook so you guys can see a picture of what this house used to look like. And it was next door to our friends, and they had bought it, and their plan was to demolish it and then build a 3-car garage with an office up above, which is going to be fabulous. When they do that, it'll be great. So Derek had the bright idea, thinking that I would never find land, that I just ask if we can have the house and then move the house to another location, and then he'll rebuild it for me. And a couple months went by. I asked, they said, absolutely, you can have the house. We are going to have it demoed anyway. It'll save us money. That'll be great. So you can have the house and you just have to find some land. Well, the finding the land part wasn't so easy until I dropped in and just went about my life having fun. And my mom actually found this piece of land. So it's only maybe 6 or 7 blocks away from the house. So it was easy to move. I mean, easy to move. We moved a house, right? So this is, if you've watched any of our Happy Karma Homes, it's the We Moved a House series. So you might want to go check out our Instagram or Facebook over there, and you can see all of the details of this house. But that's not the point. The point is, I had the vision. So I saw this house. I saw that swoop roof, and I saw that little window. That's really honestly what did it for me. Look at that, guys. That's just here. Let me take you guys a little bit further away. There's Barney and Duke. But look at this. It's gorgeous. Look at all of these. Here, let's see if I can walk backwards, not fall in a pothole. Look at this. I think it's called a nested gable roof. It's stunning, right? So the thought of our friends tearing this house down broke my heart. So I had the vision of saving this house. And I'm married to somebody who can then make things happen. And this makes me think of, I'm going to post this as well. Kathy Heller is my coach and one of my favorite podcasters. Actually, my absolute favorite podcaster. And she had this guy on, I cannot remember his name, but he wrote a book called Rocket Fuel. And I listened to it before she even became my coach. I was listening to one of her podcasts. Sorry, Jerry is now working at another house across the street, so it's a little loud. But anyway, so he wrote this book called Rocket Fuel. And the whole concept is that it's great to have vision, but if you do not have somebody that can execute it, then it makes no difference. So this is the same for you in your life. You can have vision for your life, except if you don't go and execute it, it makes no difference. You can sit on that fucking Matthew McConaughey call for 4 or 5 hours yesterday. Great. Except if you don't then go and incorporate the things into your life that you've learned, it makes no difference. Which is why when I'm hit with oh, I need to write a book, I don't. I actually want to write a workbook. And that's what I'm working on for the next program, is a workbook, because it's about you being in your life, experiencing it, making it happen. Me having a vision makes no difference if I don't find the land and move the damn house. You get what I mean? So that's the whole concept of this book, Rocket Fuel, because he's like, you can't have a business with a visionary without the executor, or the executor without the visionary. That's why Derek and I are magic together, because I'm one, he's the other. And also, like, he's the visionary with houses sometimes, and I'm the executor. I'm the, like, okay, this is where we're going to find the money. Talk to this person, talk to that person, right? Like, that's where I go and execute, is with people and connections. So I think what I'm trying to say is, start journaling, do my class. It's going to start June 5th. I'm going to hold your hand through 90 days of you embodying this work. Because like I said, all the books in the world, my mom is always watching Dr. Phil. Great, watch Dr. Phil, except if you're not then going and implementing what you're hearing on Dr. Phil, or what you're hearing on Matthew McConaughey, Tony Robbins, Dean Grazioso, Marie Forleo, they're amazing. But if you don't go and incorporate that into your life, you just have a falling down house and a vision for it. You don't have this. You don't have this behind me. This baby just went under contract too. So that's the other thing. So there's that. And then once you do it, there's massive faith. And that's what I fucking teach. I teach you faith, not like in a religion kind of way, but a faith in yourself, a faith that you are collaborating with a creator that made the trees, with like the most magical thing in the whole entire world that like words don't even encompass. So that's what I teach you, is that kind of faith. So this is what happened. This house went on the market. If you've watched my other videos, you know about this. We priced it a little high. We were like, oh, it's worth it. But we weren't in alignment. So we dropped the price to $399,000. And then after that, I was like, good, we're done. Like, this house is sold. I can see the people in it. I can see us at the closing table. This house is sold. Because that's how strong my faith is. Derek is still learning, like the coaching that he's giving himself, and like the journaling every day is still new. I've been at this 15 years. So like it's a little bit faster for me. And he was worried. He was like, what should we do? Should we have an open house? Should we do this? Should we do that? We haven't had any showings. And I was like, babe, it's out. We're done. I can see it. It's written. It's like the presents are there on Christmas morning. We're just waiting to open them. They're already done. They're there. So I was like, all we have to do is keep being in the flow, is keep doing our life the way we do it. Embody that freedom, that fun, that excitement that we're going to have when this house sells and these people are in it and they get to live across the street from the girl who grew up in this house. That's right. Right across the street in this house right here is the girl who grew up in that house. In this house. Crazy. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, all we have to do is just enjoy how it feels, because the deal is I don't actually have to wait for it to sell. I can start to feel the joy right now. I can just live into the moment. Have you guys ever been getting ready for a trip, right? You're so excited. You're like a month away, 2 days away, a week away, whatever. But the minute you buy your ticket, the minute you register for the retreat or the course or the MBA program or the training or whatever, the minute you register, you're already there. Don't you know what I'm talking about? Where like you book the trip to Cabo and you're already packing. You have months maybe. Like, it's so much fun. I love booking trips really far in advance, because then I just get to enjoy it for all of those months. Right? In fact, Derek always jokes that like my favorite thing to do on a trip is book the next trip, because I just like living into the trip, because it feels so good to feel that way. And then you want to know what else you do at the end of the trip? Like the last day, or maybe the second to last day, you start getting sad. You start living into the leaving part. So that's my point. We're never actually present. So choose a future that's exciting that you want to live into. Right? And embody that. So as we were at our friend's ranch, I was like, we're just not going to do anything. We're just going to feel how good it feels to sell this house. And Derek was like, okay, here we go again with the woo woo. But he also knows I'm usually right. And I can admit when I'm wrong, but I am usually right. And then we go to the ranch and we have the best weekend. And we got an offer that night. We signed the paperwork at 10:30 at night, having a glass of wine with our friends, the kids asleep, got to celebrate with our best friends, Jenna and Jonathan. And it was magic. Magic. It couldn't have been any better. We didn't have a showing. Like, there was nothing to tell us that it was coming, except for our belief that, like, we're in alignment, that we're doing something that we're supposed to be doing, that what we have to give people is our unique gift and talent. And I'll tell you, once you got that, there's really not a lot for you to do other than just to keep dropping in and following your little voice. Get that voice stronger. I can help you with that. My coaching program is open right now. It's $500 off, so you can register. Just go to annakmorris.com. I love you. See you tomorrow. Bye.